Hello, Ray Phoenix here, and welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape Part 3. So, we're still in the mysterious age this time around, and I think we're going to be getting, you guessed it, another gadget. This game loves to throw gadgets in our face.
I've got a new gadget. Check it out.
A new gadget, yes, we know. It's not a big deal anymore. I've got so many of these gadgets. They come in more often than we get letters in the mail. Well, I don't really get as much mail anymore, but you know what I mean. More often than, well, we still get these more often than get comments in my YouTube videos. But still, if I got comments on YouTube videos as often as I got gadgets in this game, I wouldn't be complaining at all. So it's pretty much your slingback shooter, your Bart Simpson style slingback shooter, where you just pull it back, you position the crosshair as is, you can use it to kill enemies and shoot at stuff. I notice it says Dr. Uzzle or something like that on those doors. I wonder if the professor is supposed to be named Dr. Uzzle or something like that, or his name got cut out, but yet somehow they still left that sign on the door. It says Dr. Uzzle. I wonder if that's the professor's name. I never really says the professor's name is in this game. They simply call him Professor. I don't know, he doesn't have a name or something like that. And so we've mastered the slingback shooter now, and so we could go to the cryptic relics now. Warning. I think that's the level's called. Warning. Yeah, we have to capture 5 more monkeys. 5 more of those evil, insane monkeys who want to, bring us back to the Stone Age, want to bring us back to a more primitive era in history. This is one of the more, I think this is one of the more interesting, intriguing design levels. It's got those wheelie things that wheel back and forth. There's like a thing at the front. There's like a yard in the front or something that you could easily fall under and get killed. And there's all these like, there's this other building you go into. It looks all mysterious and ancient. And you can like hit Indiana Jones style. Like Indiana Jones style, like, what do you call it? Like also like booby traps and things like that around. So you can see Spike's hair is proudly standing out like a maple leaf as he's waiting for that. Because the back of Spike's head looks like a maple leaf as he waits for that platform there. And this is starting to become more like Zelda, where you get like a slingback shooter. There might be some more Nintendo influence in this game. Because I mentioned earlier, this game does have a strong Nintendo influence in it. So we captured that monkey, as you can see there. There's a lot of this now. It's going to be with aim and hit for things. So there's going to be a lot of aiming involved in this game. Going to be aiming for things, trying to jump to things, push things. This is starting to become more like a Zelda game. Also, okay, it's not much like Zelda. It is very different from Zelda. It's more like Super Mario 64. But it's starting to have some things in common with Zelda. But then again, Zelda Ocarina of Time just came out the year before. Not really the year before. It's a few months before this game came out. This game came out in the summer of 1999. Majora's Mask still yet to come out. It's impossible to see what's below you a lot of the times you end up jumping over. The camera angles in this game are not the worst camera angles you've ever seen in a game, but they're still far better than the camera angles seen in Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 had far worse camera angles. That game still has some of the worst, and even Super Mario Sunshine had some pretty bad camera angles too. I didn't like Mario Sunshine as much as Mario 64. Mario 64 is by all means a far superior game to Mario Sunshine. And what makes matters worse, there's these enemies here that keep targeting you, they keep breathing fire at you. Those things are really tricky to take. It actually takes a lot of technique, where you have to wait for it to come, and you have to hit it at just the right time. It does involve a lot of skill, and a lot of patience, and timing, and waiting, and things like that. A lot of the enemies in this game, and some of the bosses will be coming across there. Yes, that's right, this game does have bosses. You're going to be relying on things like that. But once we get a special gadget at the end of the game, those aren't going to be a problem anymore. Okay, some more use of the slingback shooter. It's showing the training that you could use without having to go into the camera mode where you can aim. But pretty much all the time I use this slingback shooter, I pretty much always go into like the first-person camera mode where I could, aim it and position it and hit it at stuff. I don't really use it much as like a weapon in that sense. I think the stun club is the weapon that I use the most. That is until we get the weapon we get at the end. I call them weapons, even though they're technically gadgets. I don't know, weapons, gadgets, they can also be used interchangeably. Almost every gadget in this game can be used as a weapon in some way. Well, most of them, not necessarily all of them. And in Ape Escape 2 and 3, it doesn't even let you use the slingback shooter in the third-person camera perspective. You can only use it in first person. I guess the developers, by the time of the sequels, realized that pretty much everyone uses it in the first-person perspective and doesn't use it otherwise. So maybe it made more sense that way. The Spectre coin we can't get yet, so we need a gadget we don't have yet. The music sounds very, like, I don't know, there's something, like, really, I don't know, there's something like kind of like, it's this kind of music you play if you want to have, like, some sort of, like, hypnotic episode or something like that, where you want to feel like, oh, like, ooh, I want to feel dazed and confused, or like out in space or something like that. This is the kind of music you play. in these cryptic relics. I guess I can see why they call it cryptic relics. This place is really cryptic. I keep wanting to call it Cryptic Kingdom, like the Cryptic Kingdom from Bugatron Gold, but no, that isn't Bugatron Gold. This is Cryptic Relics. I don't want to call it Cryptic Castle sometimes, but no, we're not at the castle stage in this game. There's actually 2 castles in this game, technically speaking, but we haven't seen any of those yet. We will eventually, just you wait. And so out here, I think there's something else that we can't get yet, because again, we need more gadgets. This game really does make heavy use of backtracking, just like Spyro 2. It does have heavy use of backtracking right there, so all we really do is just shoot that thing. We need the Sky Flyer we're going to get later in the game to jump over that. So there isn't really much left we can do in this level with what we have right now. All I have to do is just find that monkey. Oh, there he is. He has a laser gun. And yeah, that's it. This level's now in the bag for us. See, the moon stands out really big. The moon must have been much closer to Earth back in that year, because that's why it's like sticking out to us like really close like that. And so we're finally done with the Mysterious Age. Now that's the second world. I guess you call them worlds like in Mario or stuff like that. So I guess the second world of the game is clear now. That we're out of the Mysterious Age, and now we're going to go into a different age, a different era. Oh look, it's Jake's Attack. Jake's Attack. We're going to be doing this twice in this game. We're going to be pitted against Jake in some race, some obstacle course race. You have to run through all kinds of bizarre obstacles and jump over things, kind of like American Ninja Warrior or something like that, where you have to like bounce off walls, jump off things. This would have been a lot more harder if it was in Super Mario 64, but again, Super Mario 64 had obstacle courses like this too. More Mario 64 influence is what I keep finding in this game. You have to like really jump. There's no long jumping in this game either, so you really have to like jump where the platforms are. And not land in the lava. You get like thrown, you get like jumped up in the lava. It's not an instant death, but it's still, again, very much like it was in Mario 64. Actually, is a good way to get an advantage over Jake here. If you slide to the bottom and jump before you get to the bottom of the slide, you actually could make yourself like go really a lot further than Jake. So yeah, we're actually going against Jake. This is what Jake is known for. Jake really is a really cool competitor, contestant in these kind of games. I really wish Jake could have been a playable character in this game, but spoiler alert, Jake is not a playable character in this game, except for the Snow Kids. Or Ski Kids, sorry. It's called Ski Kids minigame in this game. Other than that, Jake is not really a playable character in this game, which is really a shame. It kind of was a lost opportunity on there, but I think they could have done that. To make matters worse, Jake is never seen or heard from again after this game. We never see him in any of the sequels or haven't referenced sequels. And we actually got a prize for winning that too. We got 5 Spectre coins. As you know, as I said before, Spectre coins go towards earning the mini games. You kind of have to do this too to get the true ending of the game, but we did win, so that's good. So we probably have at least, I think we have about 8 or 9 Spectre coins. I'm not sure. We still have nothing in our tanks. We haven't unlocked the first mini game yet. So we're in the next world now, Oceania. I imagine it's around where Australia is. Oh, and look, another gadget. They keep throwing the gadgets at us again. The hula hoop. Ooh, that's what every kid wants for Christmas this year, apparently. A hula hoop. That's what they always ask Santa for. Santa probably produces them so much that and then eventually kids don't want them anymore, so they always throw them in a warehouse somewhere. There's probably a lot of them used in a warehouse. They could probably take them apart and use the materials from them for better things. Like maybe, I don't know, fixing broken pipes, maybe. Or maybe fixing oil spills, like that oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. They could have used it to prevent an oil spill like that. Or they could have used it to, I don't know, maybe solve health problems or something all over the world, or build special, I don't know, there's all kinds of things you can build with plastic. I think a lot of them are made out of cheap plastic, because the material tends to fail.
Water net will be very useful in catching the apes. There are lots of dangerous creatures below the surface. Be careful.
Alright, so yeah, the professor's giving us some reward. Even the professor's not even really caring anymore. That Dr. Phil lookalike isn't even giving a damn anymore about what we do or any of the stuff. He's just like, go to the next world. Oh, but the place is covered in water. The place is this or that, but other than that, yeah, just do what you've always been doing. This level has some of the best music in the game. I know I keep saying that, but this level has some of the best music in the game. I know this actually is like the best music in the game, or one of the best musics in the game. So they caught that monkey that was taking a nap. He was sleeping on the job. There's crabs everywhere. You can step on them. They fall over. And there's a monkey that's just innocently building a sandcastle. I sometimes wonder what would happen if some of these innocent seeming monkeys are left. Are all the monkeys in this game really evil? Or maybe they just seem that way because they're being controlled by Spectre? But if you just let them be, maybe they wouldn't do anything to to harm the timeline or do stuff to the fate of the universe, the fate of the world. And look at that, they're just leisurely hanging around here, and then we just captured. Look, we captured almost all the required monkeys in this level. And now that door was opened up that we just gained access to. I think this is the first time in this game we see one of those doors where you have to capture a certain number of monkeys and you're granted access to the next part of the level. But one of the later levels of this game, we'll be seeing that more. So we're just going to run around here. There is a lot of lag in this level too, apparently. This game does have a lot of lag in some parts. The Ape Escape games in general are known for having lag. At least in my experiences, Ape Escape games tend to have a lot of lag. So here's some more platforming. So we have there's these falling platforms, these falling, what do you call those metal things that keep like moving and they keep like, the apes obviously had to have built those, or some time travelers. I don't think they had machinery of that sort back in this period in time, so it was obviously added in there by something. It's kind of like in that movie Rat Race when they go find Hitler's car and John Lovitz assumes that everything in that car is Hitler's car, this is all Hitler's stuff. He never takes into account that what if this was added, or what if they added that in later or something like that. So you see, this is the first time I came across one of these things too. You have to turn that what do you call it, wheel thing, but we have to use the super hoop so we could run really fast and get there to the monkey before the door closes. But I'm not going to do it yet because they're still a collectible. Aha, a Spectre coin. You know how to collect them Spectre coins. Let's collect them in there. That's what I wanted to get. We have the Spectre coin now. So now we have to use our new hula hoop if we're going to capture that monkey there tying behind that door. And I see we had collected those triangles, those gold triangles. We just got a new life. We have 5 lives already. Actually, are really earning a lot of lives. They're going to find they earn more lives than you lose. At least for me, that's because I'm a master at this game. I sometimes wonder if this game was truly made for kids or not. Is this a kid's game or is this an adult game? I don't know. It was marketed as an adult game, so I don't know if it actually is adults. This game was actually made for kids or whatever. I really don't know. So there, we captured the monkey finally. Finally captured that last monkey that was inhabiting that land terrain thing in the Krabby Beach. I don't know why they call this Krabby Beach, because it's filled with crabs. It's a little land covered with crabs. So you see Natalie's just typing away at her computer again, probably messaging her friends on Discord or something like that, telling us we did great. Oh, you did great. And she just goes back to her typing, probably just typing out a bunch of useless crap that won't be me. And so look at that, we finally unlocked the Ski Kids racing minigame. That's good. So this is Ray Phoenix, signing out.